Okay, we're back. It's been about 5 minutes with the battery off. I turned the battery off with this little device that I showed you earlier. I'm going to run through some of the same tests. I want to comment on some of the other symptoms that are very prevalent, more so prior to DBS. Bradykinesia, which is stiffness and slowness of movement. Is probably as crippling as anything else. Freeze ups when you're going through doorways, when trying to lift something up and walk with it. That's very cumbersome too. You're seeing a symptom of Parkinson's. Okay, and this muttering, stuttering, and hard to get your words to come out the way you want them to. You saw me talking earlier. This is what it's like without the battery. Okay, I'm gonna run through the tests. December, November, October, September, August, July, June. So you can see there's a difference there. My hands don't fall. I have to focus on my hands again to do what it is I want them to do. Okay? Much more stiff, not as fluid. And nose. Main thing is the speed difference, because I have to focus on the movement. It's almost as though it becomes involuntary and you have to control it. Another stand up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hook my charger back up. Battery back up. And we're hooked back up. Should take just a few minutes. And I'll be back to normal. Facial expression is probably a little washed right now. That's called masking. A little bit of a waxy kind of look to the face. Emotionless. But that's one of the early symptoms, is masking.
Yeah. Gary, tell us some of the things that make your symptoms worse.
Stress is probably the number one issue. I mean, when you're in stressful situations, your tremors, all the things that are normally a symptom come back in big force. It can be debilitating. Other symptoms, I mentioned earlier about bradykinesia, and actually having to eat with a spoon at that point, because you're just slow and you can't manipulate a fork. It's just a lot of them. My brain's a little fried right now because it takes a little bit for you to get back into the sync once you turn your battery back on. The electrodes are kind of like firing, and it's like a reset button. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be okay.